Okay, so I've been reading this book, Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents. I'm not getting paid to promote this book. I'm just letting you know that it's a game changer. And it has been for me so far. I actually want to read this part about the driven parent, the type of parent that they categorize as being driven. And it's interesting because I can relate to it like no other. And anyone who knows my family, this is very much my dad. No one in the family will probably admit this, but that's okay because they weren't raised by him. And their experience of him is going to be completely different. And they're not going to know or understand the behind the scenes because my dad was so good at hiding who he really was, right? So the driven parent. Driven parents are the type to tend to look most normal, even appearing exceptionally invested in their children's lives. Being driven, they're always focused on getting things done. Whereas emotional parents are obvious in their immaturity, driven parents seem so invested in their child's success that their egocentrism is hard to see. Most of the time, you wouldn't notice anything unhealthy about them. However, their children may have trouble with either initiative or self-control. Paradoxically, these very involved, hardworking parents often end up with unmotivated and even depressive children. If you look a bit deeper, you can detect the emotional immaturity in their upstanding and responsible people. It shows up in the way that they make assumptions about other people, expecting everyone to want and value the same things they do, right? Their excessive self-focus manifests as conviction that they know what's good for others. They don't experience self-doubt at a conscious level and prefer to pretend that everything is settled and they already have the answers. Rather than accepting their children's unique interests and life paths, they selectively praise and push what they want to see. Right? Their frequent interference in their children's lives is legendary. In addition, they worry about getting enough done and run them like a motor. Goals take precedence over their feelings of others, including the children. Driven parents usually grow up in emotionally depriving environments. They learn to get by on their own efforts rather than expecting to be nurtured. Often self-made, they're proud of their independence. They feel that their children will embarrass them by not succeeding, yet they can't offer their children the unconditional acceptance that would give them a secure foundation from which to go out and achieve. Whether they mean to or not, driven parents make their children feel evaluated constantly. An example would be a father who makes kids practice the piano in front of him so he can point out their mistakes. My dad would go to our jujitsu classes so that he could evaluate how we were doing, even though he has never taken a martial arts class.